lam, 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 lam. Release your finger and continue. Lam. Lam. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, and here we do the mantra Vam. Take a deep breath in as you press the ring finger with the thumb. Vam. 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 Release the finger and continue. Vam. Bring the awareness behind the navel, and as we draw in at the navel, we do the mantra Ram. Take a deep breath in. Ram. 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 Release your fingers and continue. Ram. Last time. Ram. Bring your awareness in between the breasts in the middle of the body, and here we do the sound yum. And here we press the index finger against the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Yum. 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 Last time, release your finger and continue. Bring your awareness to the throat. Here we do the sound hum. Thumbs up mudra, loose fist. Hum. 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 Release your hand one last time. Top of the head, Om. Again, thumbs up mudra. Oh, but sorry, we forgot the middle of the head, Chum. So let's go to the middle of the head, thumbs up mudra, Chum. 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 Release your hands and continue. Chum. Now top of the head, Om. Again, thumbs up mudra. Ooh. Release the hand, and one last time. Om. Now we begin the happy face breathing and this the Ujjayi Pranayama. Keep your eyes closed and observe the throat. The throat is at the base of the neck. And make a big smile and feel the throat stretch. The hole in there through which food and air passes feels slightly stretched. Keeping your attention over there, inhale and exhale slowly. And feel a restricted breathing going on, like as if you're sucking, like there is a straw through which you're breathing over there, the throat, even though the air is only going through the nose. Continue. Now we are ready to go on to the spinal alignment exercise, starting with the neck. So, Vijaya? Okay, go ahead.
So let's take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, bring the ear down to one shoulder. Inhale and come back. Exhale and bring the ear down to the other shoulder. Inhale and come back and continue. Now, as we come back, exhale and look over one shoulder. Inhale and come back. Exhale and look over the other shoulder. Inhale and come back and continue. Now, as we come back, and with the next inhalation, let's take our head backwards. Exhale and bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale and head backwards. Exhale and chin down to the chest. And continue. Now, as we bring the chin down to the chest, with the next inhalation, let's move the 360-degree neck rotation. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half and continue in the same direction. Now, as we come back, we'll switch directions. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half and continue in the same direction. Relax as you come back. We'll move to the next exercise. And we'll alternate shoulders now. Inhale and lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate and bring it back down. Inhale and lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate and bring it back down and continue. Relax as you come back and we'll move to the hand exercises. Stretch your hands and keep them straight. As you inhale, open up your palms and keep them perpendicular to the forearm. Exhale, thumbs inside and fist down. Inhale, exhale, and continue. Now let's rotate around the fists. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half and go in the same direction. Now let's switch directions. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half and continue. As you come back, we'll move to the next exercise. Bring your elbows in line with the shoulders. Open out the palms and move the wrists and fingers up and down as we inhale and exhale. And continue. We'll switch directions now. Inhale and exhale. And continue. Relax as you come back. We'll now move to the next exercise. Interlock your hands and place them behind your head. Make sure your hands are at 180 degrees and the head is straight. As you exhale, turn to one side. Inhale and come back. Exhale and turn the other side. Inhale and come back and continue. Now as we come back, let's get hold of our elbows above the head. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow, inhale and come back. Exhale and pull on the other elbow. Inhale and come back and continue. Feel the stretch in your shoulder blades as you do this exercise. Now, as you come back, we'll move to the next exercise. So get hold of your elbows behind the back. As you exhale, turn to one side. Inhale and come back. Exhale and turn the other side. Inhale and come back and continue. Now, as we come back, we'll move to the next exercise. And for this, get hold of your hands on either side of the spine. And as you inhale, push back on one side, making a backward arch. Exhale and come back. Inhale and push on the other side. Exhale and come back and continue. Relax as you come back. We'll now do both shoulders together. Inhale and lift up both your shoulders. Exhale, rotate, push back and bring it back down. Inhale and exhale and continue. Relax as you come back. And we'll move to the next exercise. And for this, let's cross one leg over the other and hold the knee with your interlocked hand. As you exhale and pull up the leg and turn to the same side as the leg you're holding. Inhale and release. Exhale, pull and turn. Inhale and release. And continue. Feel the stretch in the thighs as you do this. Now as you come back, we'll move to the other leg. Exhale, pull and turn. Inhale and release and continue. Relax as you come back, and we'll move to the cycling exercise. Inhale and bring up one leg. Exhale and stretch it out in a cycling motion. And continue. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax. Should we do the alternate nostril breathing, doctor?
Sure. And then go on to Bastrika.
Okay. So we'll do the alternate nostril breathing, and exhalation and inhalation through the same nostril in one cycle. So for example, the first time, if you're inhaling through your left nostril, you exhale through the right nostril, inhale again through the right nostril, and then exhale through the left, inhale through the left again, and then alternate. And for those of you who are familiar with the visualization, you can continue with the visualization as well, and we'll do this for a minute. We'll now move to Bastrika Pranayama. So there's two ways of doing this. One way is to keep our hands around the abdominal area. And as we inhale, the abdominal area, the chest and the shoulder expand. And as we exhale, the shoulder, chest, and the abdominal area contract. The other way of doing this is to keep our hands close to the body, loose fists. And as we inhale and push back, the shoulders, the chest, and the abdominal area expand. And as we close our fists loose and exhale, the shoulder, chest, and the abdominal area contract. The exhalation is a little longer than the inhalation. We'll do this keeping our eyes closed and 20 counts for each round. So when you're ready, we'll start. Inhale, exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, exhale. 17, exhale. 18, exhale. 19, exhale. 20, and exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Observe any sensations in your head and also as the sensations dissipate.
You can go on to the next round.
Ready? Inhale. Exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, exhale. 17, exhale. 18, exhale. 19, exhale. 20, and exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Observe any sensations in your head.
We have 5 minutes left. So if you want, you can do one more round.
Ready? Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. 20. And exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Observe any sensations in your head and also as the sensations dissipate.
Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. And then affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, raise your hands up and bring it 6 inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands as you open your eyes. 1 hour has gone by. So, any questions, thoughts? Actually, I have a couple of announcements. So, let me show you 1 second. Yeah, let me share with you a screen. This is the Life in Yoga Institute website. And here in the upcoming events, this coming Sunday, there is a very special program. This is about Kalaripaitu, you can think of it as the seed from which the Shaolin, tradition of Kung Fu and things came about. And so how it works with marma points and nadis and how it helps in self-defense, all of this is part of the yogic system. So this is the man who is going to present it, Sanjeev Krishna. So it is on YouTube and it is open and free for everyone. So you can, if you feel like it, what you can do is write in the website over there, in the Life in Yoga website, you can register in the Zoom. And so that way you will be able to get in. And this is on, as I said, on Sunday and it is 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, which becomes like 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, yes, India time. And it is like 9:30 a.m. In West Coast time, and 10 o'clock at night in India time. So this is something coming next Sunday. The other is this the relevance and methods of yoga application for emotional wellness in the current pandemic. And this is a continuing medical education course. Anybody can attend. It is open for everyone. Only for people who want credits, they have a fee for getting the certificate. That's about all. So these two you can share with anybody who is interested. It's right in the website of lifeinyoga.org. And if you are interested, just put your name in there and register. So that way you will be able to join in on the Zoom. Okay. Any questions, thoughts from anyone? Yes, go ahead, Bharatji.
I have a question about, at the end of the session, we pray that may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I'm born. And that's a very deep question. What is the purpose? Does yoga help in that discovery? And if so, how?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You see, there are two ways in which it works. One way is yoga essentially helps you to clear your mind of preconceptions. So that way this is what the mind-body thing, de-stressing happens. The mind becomes more open. Now, nature has a way, whatever is your purpose for which you're born, nature has a way of presenting all of that right in front of you. And the reason you may not get to it is because your mind comes in the way. Mind says, no, 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 not this. I want something else. But things just come to you when, the time is right. Now, in the higher elements of yoga, intuition breathes. And so for people who have been meditating for a while, with the opening of intuition, the intuition guides you, this is where I should be. Then it's a little more of an active process rather than passive.
Follow-on question.
Yes.
So it would be ideal if one discovered one's purpose earlier in life. But obviously, meditation, etc., happens later in life, by which time a lot of the life is gone. It's still a worthwhile, pursuit. But what can a younger person do, and how is that different from what an older person should do?
See, pretty much every tradition in the world has deep spiritual components. And in the Indian spiritual tradition, right from the age of like around 7 or so, children are taught meditation. The only thing is basically it is the way in which it is ritually taught. The purpose and the rationale and the right understanding usually doesn't come through. So in effect, when you don't have a good teacher, you don't know why, what, and you lose interest. And so the thing is, in the Indian tradition, right from a young age, people are supposed to do daily meditation. And that is the concept of Trikala Sandhya. Sandhya Vandana is a meditation. Now, Maharishi, you see, the Sandhya Vandana practice with Gayatri Mantra Japa is a different kind of practice from transcendental meditation. It is a meditation. There are two categories. One is where the meaning is important. It is based on mental affirmation. The other kind of meditation is where the meaning is not important. It is pure vibration that clears your channels to develop cosmic connectivity. So Maharishi Mahesh Yogi had this thing where he was teaching meditation, transcendental meditation practice in all schools in schools in India. Of course, in number of schools in India, that he has done that this thing. Then, of course, things died off after his time. And of course, what happens is at some point in time, people may not have fully understood the importance of it to the same degree. So all we can do is, you see, we say everything is according to, when the time is right and all of that, people will be receptive and it will happen. Now, I have two nephews, my sister's two sons. Now, what is very interesting is the older fellow, when he's now, 29 years old, 28 years old. So this fellow, the older fellow, he would, when he was, every time when he was in his teenage years, before he went for a few days before his exam, he will call me and tell me, can you tell me a mantra so that I can do well in my exams? So the thing is, you see, so I used to tell him you have to do it all the time. But the thing is, you see, for him, it was very functional. Okay. And so the thing is, you see, by the same token, the younger fellow, in his own natural way, he is very meditative. What happens is he will get, when he wakes up in the morning, he won't get out of bed. He will be, his eyes will be closed. He'll be just lying there for an hour or so. And then only he will get out of bed. But what happened is, as a result of that, his intuition is very clear. You can never tell him what to do because he knows what he's going to do. And so that is the way, different people grow out. I'll actually tell you a story over here. I live very close to the University of Maryland, College Park. So I used to, for the students over there, as part of their, what they do through the student club program, they had invited me for many semesters. I used to go over there for meditations. Now, when people's intuition is open, it is very easy to see. When I look at people, I know whether they are intuitive or not, whether their meditative connectivity is there or not. So here was this lady for whom this student over there, this girl, she had a high level of meditative connectivity. So in that first session, there were people over there. There were two people who looked like they had meditative connectivity. And so I asked this girl, what do you do? And on this thing. Do you do any meditative practice? She said, no, I don't do any meditative practice. That puzzled me because I looked at her and I see that she has been like this many years. So I asked her, can you tell me, because we can also tune in over time of the day and things, how things go. So I asked her, when do you go to sleep? When do you wake up? What do you do? And things like that. And what was very interesting was this girl used to go to sleep pretty late. And she said she never likes to take early classes in the morning. No classes. She never registers for a class before noon. And so for her, when she'll probably wake up around 8, 9 in the morning. And then after but when she wakes up, she doesn't really open her eyes. She used to, her morning ritual was, the moment she woke up, her hand will stretch and it'll go to a player where she'll turn on the music, and that music will go on for half an hour or whatever. And she's there listening to that music, and she's gone in a meditative mood. She has been doing this for many, many years, the same music every day, the same thing. And that had become her meditative nature. And once you're in a meditative nature, you lose the sense of, I have to do this, I have to do that. The I goes away. The sense of me as the doer goes away in that meditative state. So, of course, when people are in that mode, they can do strange things. In the sense, they become such a free spirit that people who are a little more disciplined may not be able to tolerate them. So the thing is, any case, so that was a very interesting this thing. Another very interesting example was in that same session, there was a young man, the student over there, who looked like he also had that. I asked him what he did. He said nothing. And then when I looked at him, I realized it had only happened to him the last 1 week. So I asked him the last 1 week, what changed in your life? And so he said, oh, I took up a campus job. And so he said that what he would do is, because he took up the campus job, every day at lunch hour, he would go and do swimming in the, for like 20 minutes or something. And after the 20-minute swim, he will go and sit in the sauna for 10 minutes. And when he sat in the sauna, he was completely gone. He wasn't that after that, swim and this thing. And then he will pick up some lunch and come back to his desk, and then he will continue with whatever work he was doing. So the thing is, you see, the real meditative aspect is about letting go and not letting stuff get into you and make you who you are. Rather, you open up and you let things be. So when you start practicing meditation, the first thing that happens to people is they tune out. So it happens. So the question related to young people is, young people who are fortunate are able to get it in different ways, and it happens. Not everybody waits to be older. I was one of the lucky ones. In the sense, for me, even though I grew up in a traditional family with the ritualistic approach of, the Sandhyavandana meditation and all of that, the real experience of it was from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's institution. And at that time, I was 21 years old. And so that is what took me into the higher level of realization. That was the step. So it will be good if we had more younger people. We have Sushant, who is very curious and who does that. And I told him what mantra to do. I don't know whether he's there today or not. So no, he's not there today. So anyway.
Dr. Narayan and others may have other questions, but I have just one follow-on question. After that, I'll hold it. The difference between contemplation or contemplating something and meditation.
See, the thing is, you see, from a Yoga Sutra perspective, there is a great deal of distinction between different states of the of quietness or contemplation, all of these things. Yoga Sutra basically says that once you go beyond the body awareness, you can be in one of three states. You can be in the state where you are contemplating on something, which means you're focused on something. That state is called dharana, focus of the mind. Then when one gets into that dharana focus, when one reaches a stage where you've become so absorbed in it that you've even forgotten it, and you suddenly zone out. That zone out state is called dhyana. So dhyana is basically going beyond the mind. The mind tunes out.
Yeah.
And from that, the third stage that happens is what is called samadhi. The samadhi literally means balanced state of intellect. And the balanced state of intellect is really when you're cosmically connected. So what is the nature of samadhi is described in the Yoga Sutra. In the first description, it says Ritambhara tatra prajna. In other words, there, in that samadhi state, you are completely integrated with the cosmic flow. You're engulfed with the cosmic flow. Ritambhara. Rita means the cosmic flow. Ritambhara, tatra prajna. And you're engulfed in the cosmic flow, and wherefrom comes intuition. Prajna is the intuitive knowledge. So you can understand that contemplation can only be the beginning step. You see, in the field of psychology, they use the word meditation. And so in English, when you use the word meditation, it's a very loose concept. It describes many things. But from a Yoga Sutra perspective, it is focused. Contemplation is different from zoning out, and that is different from having intuitive capability. So there are three different things. But now, if you commonly think in terms of when you use the English word meditation, people will use it in a way that can mean any one of these three states.
Mhm.
And within the field of psychology, there is the people will say, if you can become completely engrossed, that itself is meditation. So they will talk about different ways, asking a person to paint anything they feel like, or whatever words come to your mind, write it down, kind of thing. So they also look upon that as expressive meditation. So different this thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question, Dr. Narayan.
Go ahead.
My question is, are there any exercises for the toes and the feet which one can do, because they are the one who get more stressed, because as we are walking around and doing all chords. So any exercise one can do for the toes and the feet?
Actually, very interestingly, the body is programmed in such a way where, the brain knows that the feet are you're going to be on the feet all the time. So it gives it enough energy to stay there. So the thing is basically to think of the feet getting stressed is not appropriate. But unless the brain goes, is somehow, it loses its ability. Now, normally what happens is, as part of the aging process, the joints in the ankle or knees and all of these places, the joints take a toll. And typically, that taking a toll over there is a function of two things. One, sometimes for people, because they're more using one leg or one hand, that is the place that takes, it is working too much. That takes a bigger toll. In another case, it is really what I call as the aging process is a hormonal imbalance that essentially results in what is called osteopenia and osteoporosis. And so for osteopenia and osteoporosis, what you need is an entirely different kind of exercise. You need actually to do weight bearing exercises. So if you find that your hips, and by the way, the legs don't take a toll by themselves. Usually the hips go along with it. And if that is the case, what you need to do is weight bearing exercises. And in fact, the best exercise that can be done in a yogic format is stair climbing. And the way it has to be done is, the yogic way is, if you step on one, if you put your foot on one step, you stay in that step, fully feel the pressure on that step over there. And then after that, you take the next step. So one step at a time with complete consciousness. This will mean if you have one flight of stairs or 14 steps to climb, 14 or 15 steps to climb, you will find yourself taking a good 1 minute to climb the steps. That is the yogic way of climbing this. It builds resistance, and that it builds strength in the feet. This is the best way to cure, or deal with osteopenia and osteoporosis, which is the usual cause of the weakening of the bones, particularly in the lower limbs.
Now, what I find, Dr. Narayan, that I get sometimes cramps in my fingers, of my feet.
Okay.
So that's where I was saying that is there anything which can improve circulation, and I don't get those.
No, that cramps is related to, you
On the
see,
toes.
I understand. You see, there are two things that go in there. Circulation and the nervous system are related. The nerves in the nerve endings are there in thousands of them, actually maybe millions of them all over the body. Okay. So there are only a finite number of nerves. Like if you look into the leg and hands, there are only 2-3 nerves in each leg and hand. Okay. Whereas the nerve endings are going in every part of the skin. There are nerve endings everywhere. So what happens is the circulation can only be as good as the nervous system communicating with the brain effectively. If the brain doesn't get the information that there is more blood needed there, it will not direct the blood supply to go over there. So the best exercise for that is Ujjayi Pranayama. If you do Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing, you will find the cramps in your feet will go away.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
Dr. Narayan, regarding that question that you mentioned, you are doing the dharana and dhyan, etc. And we always we read about this vichar that jnani yogis do. Where do they do that? In other words, what do you call that portion in the scheme of things?
Okay. The thing is basically when you use the word vichar, okay, this is very interesting. In the Yoga Sutras, there is one particular, a question answer process. That process is called samyama. And what is samyama? In chapter 3, it is basically described as the coming together of dharana, dhyana, samadhi. In dharana, whatever question you have, you ask, and then that question, you zone out into that question, and the cosmos gives you the answer in samadhi, and you receive the answer. Now, very interestingly, this is part of the detailed discussion that is expressed in chapter 3 of the Yoga Sutras. However, the same thing in chapter 1. Chapter 1 of the Yoga Sutras is the introductory summary. So when you have an introductory summary, they give it to you in short, right? So in short, how Patanjali Muni describes it is Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Anugama Samprajnataha. Okay? Samprajnataha state is, samprajna means, sam means prefix is, means samyak. Samyak means whole, complete. So, samprajnata state is having complete wisdom, complete knowledge. And how does this complete knowledge come? Anugamat means it comes from how? Vichara, vitarka, ananda, asmita, anugama, samprajnata. So look at the logic over here. First, vichara means asking the question or thinking about it. And Vitarka means, the word tarka means argument. Vitarka means Vishesha Tarka. The Vishesha Tarka means you're simply focused on it and it's gotten lost. And then from there, what happens? The Ananda. In the Ananda is the state where you have let go of everything. And then after that is Asmita. You see, in the Yoga Sutra, it tells you that ego, there are two sides to the ego. One side to the ego is me, the experiencer, I exist. That is what is called Asmita. The other side of the ego is me, the doer. And that is called Abhinivesha. Okay? So the thing is basically, remember, if you're going to imbibe any answer, who is going to imbibe? You have to have the I sense to imbibe, right? Me, the experiencer. So that is the role of vichara in yoga. So I actually quoted for you from the Yoga Sutras where it belongs. Ashish?
Oh, very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Narayan.
You're very welcome.
Dr. Narayan, do we have a question for one more?
Go ahead.
Thank you. One more question.
Go ahead.
You've spoken about in the past about various identities, the physical, the spiritual, and the core, and so on. I forget the terms. Is there something called an aura identity as well, which goes beyond the physical body? It's not sukshma, it's not small, it's
No,
actually bigger.
Sukshma doesn't mean small.
Huh.
Sukshma means subtle.
I see.
So when it is subtle, it could also be small.
Mhm.
But the idea of sukshma is subtle. And so what happens is, the three bodies we talk about are the physical or the gross body.
Mhm.
And then we call it as the vibrational or subtle body, sukshma sharir. And then the third one is the spirit or the causal body. So what happens is, the physical body is visible to see, but underlying the physical body is the electromagnetic presence. That electromagnetic presence works in a way where there can be an aura, or it could be simply electromagnetic movement within the system. So that is the Sukshma Sharir. So that's the role of the aura and the vibration body. And of course, the third one is the spirit or the causal body is different in the sense that cannot activate unless there is energy to produce the aura. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have just completed the time. Any other questions? Keep it for tomorrow. We'll come back. Thank you, Vijaya. This has been wonderful.
Namaste, Doctor. Thank you.
Namaste.
It was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful session today. Thank you, Dr. Narayan.
Vijaya.
And Vijaya, of
No,
course.
Dr. Narayan.
Vijaya, I really enjoy the way you do the Bastrika and all of that spinal, exercises and everything. It's really good. Want to appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Dr. Narayan.
Good morning and good evening and good night. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Right.